All right, so let's start on our, actually today let's start seated. Might as well. We haven't done that in a little while. Let's mix it up. So find a relatively comfortable seat. Some people are more comfortable sitting with their legs crossed. Other people are more comfortable kneeling. Others are comfortable sitting on something like a yoga block or a little bench. Whatever works is fine. What we want to do is essentially to make it so our hips and our legs are not a distraction, which is they are a lot of the times when we're seated. So just recognize that, try and put them in a position where they aren't going to distract you. And then you can go ahead and take a few moments to just close your eyes. And as you do, I'll invite you to notice what's going on in your inner life. Ultimately, there really isn't a distinction between inner and outer life. What we see as the outside is really just our own perceptions and interpretations. So really everything is our inner life. But what I'm referring to specifically is sort of taking a step back and just noticing any thoughts or emotions that are maybe pulling at your attention or your awareness right now. You may have the experience of sort of feeling like there's nothing. I just feel very relaxed and open, and occasionally a thought or a feeling comes up and then it goes away back to where it came from. It just sort of dissolves away or disappears. If that's your experience, it's a very fortunate experience, but it's not one that many people have a lot of the time. A lot of the time, people feel like a thought or emotion kind of pulls them into a narrative or an experience where they begin to feel really uncomfortable. They might even begin to feel pain, physical or emotional pain. So as strange as this sounds, if there is something in your experience that you're struggling with, that you're antagonistic with, my actual recommendation is actually just to welcome that. That may not feel like something you can do, and if that's the case, that's okay. But if you can, just recognize that it already is a part of your experience. So whether we welcome it or not, it's there. Right? I may want a thought or an emotion or pain in my body to go away, but if it's there, it's there. So one realization that can really help is the recognition that actually when we resist, that actually increases our pain and our suffering. It doesn't actually make the thing we're trying to resist go away. It actually kind of makes it more prominent, if anything. Now we can turn our attention to the breath. As long as we are having an embodied experience, meaning a human experience, what we might call a human experience, then the breath will be there as part of this experience. And the breath is a barometer telling us sort of what is our relationship with the present moment. And it is also a tool to help us change our relationship with the present moment. like any tool, it does have its limitations, and there will be times when we might try to use the breath to change our relationship and we find that it's just not possible. This is true of any tool that we use. No tool will always work in every situation. But hopefully, if you're here taking this class, you're ready to use this tool. So as usual, we inhale belly, ribs, upper chest, and exhale, we reverse that. Now see if you can stay in that perspective of kind of stepping back from your thoughts, emotions, and body, where you're just sort of observing almost from outside. And see if you can notice that if any way that deep breathing creates a change in your thinking, your emotional state, or how you're physically feeling. And I always like to be very clear, there's no right or wrong answer to that. We're just trying to notice if there is a change. We're not necessarily expecting one. Good. Now let's begin a little warming up now. So on the inhale, we'll draw the arms up. And as you exhale, we're just going to turn to one side and drop the arms. Inhale, arms back up. We exhale in the other direction. So very simple spinal twist is what we're trying to create here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if we can stay in that same open, accepting, loving awareness where we're just sort of noticing how does the body react to moving in this way? What do I feel as I do that? So I'll tell you my personal experience. As I twist to the right, I find a lot more tension and lack of mobility. As I twist to the left, it feels very, very free and open. I have no idea why this is. This is just what I'm feeling today. And as I notice that, I can find that there's something inside of me that really kind of wants to push to the right and open that up. So today's class involves a lot of twisting, and maybe by the end of the class, my body will feel differently. But I am noticing that sort of urge inside of me, and that itch may or may not be scratched in today's class. It just sort of depends. All right, next time we come back to center, let's exhale to a tabletop position. And we'll continue warming up with what in yin yoga we call the marauding bear. So this is like cat-cow, which you may have done in other classes, but just more variety. So you can do a few of those back and forth movements. I can feel that my abs are very, very sore from a workout that I did this week. My back, however, is feeling nice and strong, and that's very meaningful to me because I have just recently recovered from some back trouble that's been bothering me for a while, kind of coming and going. So right now, at least, knock on wood, my back feels great, feels nice and strong. Include the neck and the shoulders and the hips. And then when you're done, you can tuck your toes, lift your hips, and we come into down dog. And in down dog, we can pedal back and forth, roll over the toes, circle the ankles, and we're trying to just open up the muscles, joints, and channels in the legs. So whatever movement helps facilitate that is welcome here. When you're done, come into your full expression of downward dog. So hands shoulder width, fingers spread wide, index fingers parallel. Chest drawing toward the toes, feet hip distance, and heels reaching toward the ground. With an exhale, just walk your feet toward your hands as you come into a ragdoll. And there you can grab the opposite elbow. You might nod or shake your head, sway your hips a little bit.
Feel that gentle stretch along the back side of the legs and the back and the neck. Then with arms relaxed, we'll inhale and gradually roll up to standing, and we'll do a few repetitions of the sun salutation or Surya Namaskar. Okay, so feet touching. Let's go ahead and inhale, arms up, touch palms, lift the heart, and exhale to a forward fold. Try and bring the palms flat, bend the knees if necessary, let the neck relax. Inhale, coming to fingertips or taking hands to shins. And as you exhale, step to the top of a push-up, placing the wrists directly below the shoulders and actively pressing the ground away from you. Let's take a nice deep breath, and as we exhale, drop the knees and bend the arms deeply. Take a breath here. With the next exhale, lower the rest of the way down, and as you inhale, press into your hands, lift your head, neck, and chest for cobra. Exhale, lower back down, press back to tabletop, and then to downward facing dog, taking a breath or two in down dog. From downward dog, let's inhale to the toes, look to the hands. As we exhale, we step, jump, or float front edge of the mat. We inhale back up to standing back bend, and then grabbing the right wrist with the left hand, we exhale into a half moon side stretch. Inhale back to center and exhale to the other side, just gently stretching your side. Inhale center and exhale to forward fold. We'll inhale to half lift and then exhale to the top of a push-up for plank pose. So knees up or down is ultimately your choice, but please choose wisely. For some people, it's safer and also more effective to drop their knees. They will make progress much quicker that way. In other words, they will build the strength that we're looking for. Let's take a deep breath, exhale halfway down, and then inhale, straighten arms and legs. Knees are off the ground. I hope you can see that. Legs are active. This is up dog. And as we exhale, we're going to pull both feet in at the same time as we lift our hips up and back for downward dog. Okay, let's do one more sun salutation. So we inhale toes, exhale front edge of the mat. We inhale up to standing back bend. We exhale to the half moon, stretching our sides. Inhale center, exhale to the other side. Inhale center, and then exhale, sit back into an imaginary seat. This is the chair pose. So knees back, hips down, arms straight up and back. Let's inhale back to standing back bend and exhale to forward fold. Inhale to half lift, and if you're able, exhale right to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale to up dog, or you could do a cobra here. And then exhale, do a push-up on your way back to downward dog. Good. Hopefully you're starting to feel nice and warmed up. I know that I do at this stage. And now we'll begin to go a little deeper. So with the feet touching, let's inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale the knee toward your belly, out to the right and back behind. Making large circles with the knee, and do a few in each direction. Really as big as you can. Good, then take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, lunge. I'm going to turn just for the sake of the camera here. And then inhale to what we call the crescent lunge, Ashta Chandrasana. We use this position a lot in my classes. Okay, so front foot and knee point straight ahead. The knee is directly over the heel. Left hip draws forward, right hip draws back. Left leg is straight and the heel is pressing toward the ground. So it's not this, it's this. Okay, that's one thing I see a lot in classes. Now keep those arms up, nice and vibrant, lots of energy. Let's take a deep breath. We'll exhale, bottom of the push-up as we make our way back to downward facing dog. Okay, side 2. Let's bring feet to touch. We'll inhale left leg up and back. Exhale the knee toward the belly, to the left and back behind. So again, just feeling that hip joint as you move it. And this will really show you if anything is going on with your hip, injury or stiffness or pain. Okay, we exhale and lunge. We inhale for a few breaths of crescent lunge. Now, if you've taken my class before, you know the most important thing is how you feel. I want you to feel that front thigh working and your back hip stretching. And I'll report to you from my personal experience, it's not the greatest feeling, okay? It's not like, ooh, I feel so wonderful here. It's kind of intense. And so this type of practice usually comes with a certain amount of intensity to it. That may feel very different than like the yin class, okay? So just be aware of that. Let's take a deep breath, exhale, bottom of the push-up, making our way back to down dog. As often, you'll see me skipping the vinyasas because I can't teach and do all the push-ups at the same time. I'm not doing the yogic breathing that hopefully you're doing. Okay, from here, let's inhale toes. We're going to exhale to a seat. Let's inhale arms and legs out in front. We're going to do this move a lot today, and then we just exhale as we roll back. Good, so we're looking at something called a glute bridge today, okay? This is a variation of the bridge pose, which we do in yoga quite a bit. So instead of it being just sort of a back bend, it focuses a little more on strength, okay? The glute bridge does. So we'll bend our knees, place the feet on the ground very close to the hips. The feet and knees are hip distance, okay? Hands rest alongside the hips. Now with our inhale, we press into the feet and lift the hips pretty much as high as they'll go without any kind of pain. Try and get the heels directly below your knees, okay? So not out in the sides or out in front or pulled underneath you like that. Try and get them directly below the knees, okay? Take your elbows and just bend them, and you can press them into the ground as well. Tuck the chin, but lengthen the back of your head and neck against the ground. Now, what we like is to be able to do this free of pain, okay, without feeling like we're hurting ourselves in any way. If this does feel like it's hurting you, there are a few things you can try. One is hugging a block between your knees. Another is walking your feet and knees out a little bit wider, okay? And the third is just don't push up quite so high. Maybe you ease off a little bit. Okay, so this is our baseline. If you find that this is giving you trouble, then I want you to continue to work on this as we come back and add more variation, okay? Let's exhale, come down. We cross the ankles as we roll forward and take the bottom of our push-up, okay? Okay, from there, we'll inhale from the toes, exhale front edge of the mat, and then we inhale up to chair, or sorry, standing back bend, and then we exhale to chair, and we take a twist to the right. Okay, so the hips is facing forward, but the chest is facing the right side, and we're looking back over the right thumb, okay? So inhale back up to standing back bend, and then we exhale to the left side. Same thing, trying to draw the left hip forward, left shoulder back, look back. Good, inhale, let's come all the way back up, and we exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale to the bottom of your push-up. Make your way to down dog, and again, you'll see me skipping because I'm teaching. I'm not taking yoga right now. Okay, everybody. So let's go ahead and bring our feet to touch. We're going to inhale, right leg up and back. That's three-legged dog. So notice I'm not lifting my hip up to try and get the leg higher. Look how much higher I can lift my leg. Okay, but I'm bringing that hip down. Leg is straight, lifted, but the hip is not lifting. Notice my right foot is flexed, toes, knee, and hip are pointing straight down. That alignment will come back later in the class, so try and remember what that feels like. Let's exhale to our lunge, and we inhale to crescent lunge. Okay, and now we'll do a little flow with crescent lunge. So again, try and feel it. You're not going to be able to get the alignment perfect when we flow. There just isn't time. So make it a feel thing. Where do you feel the pose effective and safe? Good, let's exhale. We'll bend the arms. We inhale to this position. This is called stupa. This is basically neutral. If you can join the palms, do. Otherwise, you can have your arms parallel. And then very simply, we'll just exhale and pivot into crescent facing the other direction, okay? Good, let's do that again. We inhale up and we exhale, pivot and turn to crescent. Let's go through it again. Inhale and exhale, pivot and turn. Feel the legs work, good. Inhale and pivot and turn. Let's do the whole thing one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, pivot, turn. Good. Inhale, back up. Exhale, crescent lunge. Good. Now, this time, inhale, straighten those arms. Step your back foot in a bit. Straighten both legs. Left hip and right hip square to the front edge of your mat. Arms are up, either joined or parallel. With the exhale, we're going to come forward and down into Parsva Bhuja Dandasana. I recommend just placing your fingers or palms on the ground or 2 blocks, okay? Now draw that left hip forward, right hip back as you fold over that right leg. Feel that stretch. That's generally where this pose stretches. Breathing here. If you don't feel anything, you can step a little bit wider, but try and keep the hips squared, legs straight, heels down. Good. Inhale, bend the front knee, look forward, exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to downward dog. And again, I'll turn just for the camera here. Okay, side 2. So feet touch. We inhale left leg, 3-legged dog pose. Again, this pose is not really a stretch. At least it isn't for most people. It's more just about control and awareness. Let's take a deep breath, and as we exhale, we lunge, and we inhale to a crescent lunge, right? So establish that, feel that in the legs, and then we'll flow. So we exhale, bend those arms, inhale up to stupa, and we exhale, pivot and turn, crescent lunge. Good. So like we did on the first side, we're going to go through it a few times. You notice I'm not rushing. We want to try and coordinate our breath and our movement here. Good. Now this last time, we'll inhale the arms up, straighten the front leg, square the hips off, right, which will mean stepping your back foot in at least slightly. And then exhale as you come forward to Parsva Bhuja Dandasana. Now, Parsva is a difficult posture to flow, but we're going to try and do that today as best as we can, okay? So again, try and imprint this posture into your memory. So later, when we flow and move more quickly, you'll know where the safe place is, okay? Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bottom of your push-up. Beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and inhale to our toes. We're going to exhale again to a seat. We inhale, arms and legs out in front, and we exhale as we roll back. Beautiful. So let's add on to our glute bridge a little bit of challenge. Now again, if either of you are having difficulty with glute bridge for whatever reason, you may or may not know why, but the main thing is like, ooh, that's really painful or that doesn't feel safe. We don't want that. So we may not know why, but like if I lift up and I'm like, ow, 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 then I just need to honor that, okay? If this feels safe, again, this is the glute bridge, then what I'll do is begin adding movement. So I exhale, I lower the hips down, and then inhale, lifting up. Now the way I'd like you to do this is try and coordinate your breath and your movement perfectly. So what most people will do is something like this. They'll lift up and lower down really quickly, right? But I'm asking you to breathe slowly. So if you do that, you're going to do this, and then you're finished filling your lungs. And then you do this, and then you wait for your lungs to empty. So what I'm asking you to do is instead fill the lungs and use that entire time to lift the hips to their maximum. And then empty the lungs. And use that entire time to lower the hips back down. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so you're not really pausing between the breaths, and you're also not really pausing between one movement and the next. It's circular. It's just a constant flow. Okay, that's what we're going for here. Now, as you repeat any movement, the tendency in your body is for that movement to become more easy. Generally speaking, until fatigue sets in, okay? But especially when it comes to flexibility, very often the body is warming up and opening up and getting better at doing whatever it is you're asking it to do. So as we repeat our glute bridge, we might find we can push a little deeper into it safely, okay? So just explore that possibility that might be available to you here. Good. As we exhale, we're going to come down, cross those ankles, roll forward, and get to the bottom of our push-up, okay? All right, beautiful. From here, we'll inhale to the toes. We're going to exhale front edge of our mat. Let's inhale up to our standing back bend, and we exhale as we twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. And we exhale as we take a little deeper twist to the right, okay? So this is a nice deep twist. We're using our arms for leverage. Okay, notice my palms are between my elbows. I'm pressing my shoulder back and I'm looking up. Now, if you feel strong here and you want to try going a little further, then the way you can do that, I'm going to turn here just for mirroring purposes. Inhale, open those arms. Exhale, hands to the ground, gaze forward. And then you can shift weight off of the feet and onto your arms. It's called a side crow. If you have trouble with that, try bringing the right elbow to the leg and creating 2 points of contact. Okay, that might be easier for you. Take your time. Don't rush into it. Don't jump into it. Just feel the balance point. Okay, let's try the other side. So we inhale back up. We're going to exhale and twist. Okay, now I don't know which is harder. Just holding this twist for the entire time or trying the side crow. So it's up to you. I ask that you do one or the other. So either hold this twist the entire time, breathing there, or if you feel like it's safe for you to do so, explore this side crow. Okay, those are your options here. And again, you don't want to do anything that feels unsafe for you. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, beautiful. Let's go ahead and inhale. Standing back bend, we exhale to our forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale. Bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. Okay, in down dog, let's bring feet to touch. We inhale, right leg up and back to three-legged dog. Exhale the knee to the arm as high as we can. Just take a breath there as you hold the knee there. Then inhale that leg up and back. Exhale the knee to your nose, chin, or forehead. Good, inhale. Then exhale to the opposite arm as high as you can. Kick that foot out, drop the back heel. And inhale to fallen triangle. Great preparation for side plank. And that right shoulder is really active, okay? So you're pressing the ground away. Good. Let's exhale the hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge. Then we will inhale to our crescent lunge. And we'll do a little flow with the crescent lunge. Okay? So exhale, we bend those arms. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent lunge. Okay, now listen carefully. Inhale, square the hips, straighten the arms, and exhale to Purvottanasana. Okay, pyramid. Good. Inhale, back up. Exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale to stupa. And then exhale, crescent lunge facing front. Inhale, straighten the arms and legs, square the hips. Exhale, Purvottanasana. Okay, so hopefully you're getting the idea of what we're doing here. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, straighten the arm and leg. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, back up. Exhale, crescent. Inhale to stupa. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, straighten the arms and the leg. Exhale, pyramid. Okay, now listen carefully. This time, stay down here. If you need blocks, use the blocks. Inhale, extend to the crown of the head. Exhale, place the left palm under the breastbone. And then inhale the right arm up into a rotated triangle pose, okay? So shoulders are stacked, arms are reading 6 o'clock, right? One hand at noon, one straight down, gaze is up, left hip forward, right hip back, legs are straight, heels are down. Open chest and belly, nice long left ribs and waist. Good. Exhale, bottom of your push-up. And let's make our way back to down dog. Let's do that sequence on the other side, okay? So we'll bring feet to touch. We inhale left leg up and back. Exhale left knee to left arm. Hold there. Take a breath. Good. Inhale. Exhale to the center. Hold and breathe. Inhale that leg up and back. Exhale opposite arm. Hold and breathe. Good. Kick it out. And then inhale into fallen triangle. Again, left shoulder nice and active. Good. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. Inhale to crescent lunge. Exhale, bend the arms. Right? Inhale to stupa. Exhale, crescent facing back. Inhale, straighten the arms and the legs, step the back foot in, square the hips. Exhale, pyramid. Good. Inhale, back up. Exhale, crescent lunge. Notice how I step my foot back, okay? Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent. Good. Inhale, straighten the arms and leg. Exhale, pyramid. Good. Inhale, back up. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, straighten the arms and legs. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, back up. Exhale to crescent. Inhale to stupa. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, straighten the arms and leg. Exhale, forward fold. Now, inhale, extend to the crown of the head. Exhale, place the right hand to the ground. Inhale the left arm up into rotated triangle pose. Now, We'll flow this posture as part of the flow the next time around. Okay, so I really want you again to feel how this posture feels when it's safe and effective in your body. Safe does not mean easy. So this is not an easy position for me to hold. Good. Exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to downward dog. Okay, from the downward dog, let's inhale to the toes. Exhale to a seat. Inhale, arms and legs out in front. And then we exhale as we roll back. Let's take another look at glute bridge. Okay, so I bend my knees and bend my arms. Inhale, lifting up. Now, again, you can just hold if that's the only thing that feels safe. You can do a dynamic glute bridge, which is what we did last time. Or this time you can add in what's called a march, okay, single leg march. So keep the legs bent, but just inhale, lift one leg, exhale that leg down. Inhale, left, exhale down, okay? Try and keep those hips lifted. Okay, so there's a tendency as we lift one leg to kind of lower our hips down. So keep the hips lifted as you lift the leg. Finishing up with the left leg lifted, exhale, come down, cross the ankles, roll forward, bottom of the push-up. Making your way to down dog. Okay, from the down dog, let's inhale to our toes. We're going to exhale, front edge of the mat. Inhale up to our standing back bend. And then this time, let's exhale and we'll bend our knees and bring our arms out like wings, okay? And then let's go ahead and let me see if we want to go twisting to the right. Okay, so let's lift our left leg up, foot flexed, okay, over the right thigh. And we drop our hips and chest down. And you should feel a pigeon-like stretch in the outside of your left hip, okay? That's kind of what we're looking for here. No pain in the knees or the ankle or hips for that matter. This is balancing, so balancing can be very difficult for some folks. Good. This inhale will come all the way back up to standing. And exhale, grow some wings, and inhale the right leg over this time as you sink down into it, okay? Feel that stretch in the right hip or buttocks. Take a few breaths. Let those muscles release. Good. Let's inhale back to standing back bend, up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, bottom of the push-up, making our way back to down dog. Okay. Great work, everybody. Let's bring feet to touch. We'll inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, right arm. Just tap. Inhale, exhale to the center. Inhale, exhale, opposite arm. Kick it out, drop the back heel. Inhale, fallen triangle. And then exhale, hips and hand to the ground. Bend both knees. Okay, I'm going to turn just for the sake of the camera here. Okay. And then come down to your forearms, like so. Now you can stay here, but if you'd like to go a little further, then you bring your left shoulder to the ground. I am not mirroring you right now, just FYI. Okay, right palm to left palm. And you push that right shoulder back, maybe deepening that twist a bit. Good. Let's go ahead and bring our hands back to the ground. Straighten out our legs. We'll get out how we came in. So inhale, fallen triangle. Exhale the hand down. Inhale that leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. And inhale to your crescent lunge. Okay? Good. So let's see if we can flow everything we've learned so far. So exhale, bend the arms. Inhale to stupa. Exhale, crescent lunge facing back. Inhale, straighten the arms and leg. Exhale to pyramid. And then inhale, left arm up into rotated triangle. Exhale that hand down. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent lunge facing front. Inhale, straighten the leg and arms. Exhale, pyramid. Good. Inhale back. Oh, sorry. Inhale, lift the right arm up, rotated triangle. Exhale that hand down. Inhale back up. And exhale, crescent. Let's see if we can do that again. So inhale, stupa. Exhale, facing back. Good. Inhale, straighten arms and leg. Exhale, pyramid. And then inhale, left arm up, rotated triangle. Exhale that hand down. Inhale back up. Exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale to stupa. And then exhale, crescent lunge facing front. Inhale, straighten the arms and leg. Exhale, forward fold, pyramid. Good. Inhale to rotated triangle. Exhale that hand to the ground. Inhale, lift the back leg up just like three-legged dog. Foot is flexed, toes, knee, and hip point down. Okay, nice long spine, so I'm reaching the crown of the head away from my heel. I plant my left hand to the ground and then inhale my right arm up. Rotated, balancing half moon, okay? Again, not easy. It's definitely work being here, staying present, using the breath. Good. Exhale, bottom of your push-up. Let's make our way to down dog. And let's do that same sequence on the other side. So feet touch. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left arm. Just tap it. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, opposite arm. Kick it out. Inhale, fallen triangle. Exhale, auspicious twist. That's the name of this posture. Okay, so I'm coming down. Again, I can bring my right shoulder to the ground to deepen the twist. Good. Let's go ahead and bring our hands back to the ground, straighten out our legs. Inhale, fallen triangle. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge. Inhale to crescent lunge. Exhale, bend the arms. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, straighten arms and leg. Exhale, pyramid. Good. Inhale, rotated triangle. Exhale the hand down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, straighten the arms and legs. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, rotated triangle. Exhale, the hand down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, forward. Inhale, twist. Exhale, the hand down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the arms, crescent. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, crescent. Good. Inhale, straighten arms and leg. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, rotated triangle. Exhale, the hand down. Inhale, the back leg up. Flex the foot, point the toes, knee, and hip down. Crown of the head away from the heel. Exhale, plant the right hand. Inhale, left arm up. Rotated, balancing half moon. Good. Exhale, bottom of your push-up. Make your way to downward dog. Okay, let's inhale toes, exhale front edge of the mat. Try one more standing thing here. So we inhale back up to standing back bend. Let's exhale. Let's bring hands to our heart this time. Bend those knees. Okay. And then I'm going to inhale left leg over the right. Okay, foot is flexed. And then now let's see if we can take our left elbow into the sole of the left foot. Okay, and we use that to create a nice deep twist. Okay, now you could stay here, but if you want to go a little further and you feel comfortable doing so, hands to the ground, gaze forward, and then lift that leg, and that's called grasshopper pose. Okay? All right, let's try the other side. So inhale back up, standing back bend. Exhale, hands to heart, bend the knees. Inhale the right foot over the left thigh. And then exhale the right elbow into the foot. If possible, take a nice deep twist. Okay? Good. You can stay there. But if you feel like you want a little more, hands to the ground, gaze up, lift the leg and straighten it. Okay? Not easy. And if you're sweaty like I am, then that adds to the kind of slipperiness of the whole thing. But what's important is not that you're able to do it, but just that you try your best, okay? Okay, beautiful work. So from there, let's make our way back onto our back. And let's take a look at one last bridge here. Okay, and this is a single leg lift. So again, if you're having any trouble with these, stick with the other variations, whichever variation you feel safe in. Otherwise, go ahead and lift your hips. Inhale. And then with the next inhale, we're going to lift one leg straight. If there's any pain in your back, I recommend just bend your knee until that pain subsides. Otherwise, legs straight. Exhale, lower the leg without touching the ground, but as close to the ground as you can. Inhale, lift it up. Good. And then again, exhale, lower. And we're just going to do that 5 times, okay? Keep those hips lifted. And one more time. And then this time, let's hold and breathe. Hips lifting. Leg just hovering above the ground. Breath coming in and out. Good. Let's inhale that leg up and exhale. Let's come all the way down. Drop our knees in. Just take a breath. And then side two. So we inhale, lift those hips, take a breath there. The next inhale, lift that leg straight up. And exhale, lower the leg without touching the ground. Good. Inhale back up. Good, just like that. That's 2. 3. 4. 'Good. And then last one, we hold and breathe. Try and relax into it. Good. Inhale the leg up and exhale, come on down, drop those knees in, relax and breathe. Good. Let's go ahead and bring our legs in. We'll give them a nice squeeze. Can make some circles here. Do a few in each direction. And then extending the arms to the sides. Keep your knees together. Let's just drop those knees to the left as we look to the right. You can close your eyes and let your breathing be natural here. Let's inhale, knees back through center. And we'll exhale them off to the other side, looking away from those knees. Good. Let's inhale those knees back to center. We'll grab the soles of our feet. This is happy baby. And so take some time. I'm feeling that in my back. Not in a bad way. I just feel some sensation or tightness there. So I'll use this to try and press my back, that area where I feel that tension, into the ground. So sort of massaging it against the ground. You'll notice I'm keeping my knees bent to do that, but you can straighten your legs for sure. And that will stretch your legs. It might stretch your back a bit more. It just depends what you're feeling. This feels really good right now. Those are my adductors, liver channel. Feels really good. And then you can pull your legs overhead, stretch your back. It's kidney, bladder. Okay, so take your time with that. Happy baby. But when you're done, you can unwind onto your back. Your heels are apart. Toes splay out, palms up. Head centered, chin tucked in slightly, eyes closed. And then if you have a phone or a timer handy, I recommend setting a timer for 6 minutes. Close your eyes and just allow your body to relax in stillness for the next 6 minutes.